So I'm going to be honest with you, you're not going to like this, but this is what you need to do to fix skinny fat. And the reason I open it in that way, saying you're not going to like this, is it's very important. If you want to lose body fat and gain muscle without losing the muscle, then there's going to be a few things you're going to have to do that you're probably not going to like. It's not all sunshine and farts out here. It's not drinking protein shakes, high-fiving your mates at the gym, casually doing some reps, couple of push-ups here, a few sit-ups there, and wham, you look like a Greek god. So my job in this video today is kind of simplify the process so you can follow it in a really simple step-by-step way. And this has worked for over 208, I was going to say 207 and a half, but 208 skinny fat transformations and my own personal transformation over the years. So I want to condense down what I've learned throughout this whole process to save you a bunch of time so you can implement this now and build the best physique you can as quick as you can, ready for summer. So the first thing you're not going to like is we kind of need to stop bulking and cutting. I know I'm going to get loads of hate for that. And to be honest, my old self would be like, what you want about me? Bulking and cutting is the best. And I like a good cut and I like a good bulk. But it's thanks to cuts and bulks that made me end up skinny fat in the first place. I did a bulk and I gained a bunch of body fat and not as much muscle as I thought I would gain. And then when I went on to the cut, I just dropped my calories down and I lost a bunch of size and I still had a lot of fats and I couldn't quite shift it. And I ended up skinny fat. Here's a very embarrassing video of that. And I normally call this the bro cycle, when you jump from cuts and bulks and ultimately either get nowhere or just gain too much fat and lose too much muscle if things aren't well. Some people get away with it. They have amazing genetics. And if that's you, you don't need to watch this video, and lucky you. And some guys like myself don't have the best genetics or just made a lot of mistakes along the way, hence why I'm making this video. So if you're skinny fat and you want to lose body fat and gain muscle, or at least lose fat and keep muscle, we want to aim for a recomposition instead of a bulk and cut. And I don't mean a traditional recomposition either. Most recompositions, if you Google it or ask ChatGPT, you're going to get, eat at maintenance and then do this and do that and do loads of cardio. And that's idealistic. If you eat at maintenance, your body's probably going to stay the same. It's not going to change very rapidly, especially if you want to get in shape for summer. I wouldn't recommend it. It's too undefinitive. If you're a little bit over, you're going to get nowhere. And if you're a little bit under, it's not enough to really see any substantial progress. So what I recommend is we do a recomposition with aiming for a small calorie deficit, about 500 below your active maintenance. So this includes all your activity. And if you want to make sure you work this out correctly, I have a free nutritional blueprint as always. This will show you how to set up your calories, your macros, how to adjust it, and make sure that's correct for you specifically for fixing skinny fat. Once you've got this 500 calorie deficit, you're going to track those calories or follow a meal plan, whatever you find easiest to stick to and manage your food. Everyone's different. We all have different schedules. You need to hit those numbers. If you're doing that whilst getting stronger in the gym and adding reps and adding weight and keeping it really, really simple, you're going to basically achieve a recomposition, which is what Reese did to lose body fat and gain muscle. Quick disclaimer, that is 1 year. I'd love to say, oh yeah, it was 6 weeks ready for summer, mate. No, I'm going to be honest with you, that's 1 year. If you want to know what 8 weeks, 6 weeks looks like, here's some examples. Here's a 16-week example. I just got to be honest, because the fitness industry is full of people like showing their 10-year transformation and then the caption will say like 2 weeks progress, bro. And it's not, is it? We all know it's not. So no more cuts, no more bulks, do a recomposition instead. The second thing you're not going to like, and this is a big one, and we really need to learn this, especially as you get older, you have to learn to say skibbity. No, you have to learn to say no, right? You need to say no. And what I mean by this is if you're trying to create a body transformation, which is losing body fat and gaining muscle, especially for summertime, if you've got holidays, stag do's, got a stag do to go to, can't wait, it's going to be good. Then you need to learn to say no to things, because you can't go, right, yeah, I want to change my physique, but I don't want to change anything about my lifestyle and habits. And the things that got you skinny fat in the first place, like going to Nando's, having too many Denny's and having all the chocolates, and every single month there's something going on, there's a social event, or you're just too busy, or maybe you just drive past McDonald's on the way home from work. Something's got to change. You've got to learn to say no, and that's hard to do. That's why most people procrastinate. And I'll be honest with you, some people sit on fitness YouTube like how to lose weight. Oh, right, calories and stuff. Yeah. I'm not ready to give up my McDonald's addiction, so I won't be doing that. Is there an easier way? What about a pill or a shake or an injection? Do you know what I mean? You got to learn to say no. It's the foundation of making progress. You have to make sacrifices to get what you want. You either sacrifice now and get the best future, or you don't sacrifice now, but you sacrifice the future you that could have been jacked, shredded, and looking very sexy. So start learning to say no. And the easiest way to identify that is if someone says, hey, let's go and do this one thing, ask yourself, is this going to move me closer or further away from where I want to be? And if it moves you further away, then you might have to say no sometimes. Not forever. Once you get lean, once you've built muscle, once you've increased your metabolic rate, and you've got a good amount of momentum in the right direction, you can certainly be flexible. I'm not about the chicken, broccoli, and rice in a smelly tub for the next 10 years. No chance. But short term, if you want to get the result and you want it to be as fast as possible, because we all want fast results, the fastest way to get a transformation is to say no to the distractions and bullshit. Now, this one, some guys are like, yeah, no problem. And some guys are like, absolutely not. And if you say absolutely not, then go away, because you're never going to do it. The next thing that you're not going to like is you have to manage your calories. I kind of touched upon this in the first step because it is the most important thing. You have to manage your calories. The amount of times I will get a DM or an email or a comment saying, hey bro, I've been training for 10 years, 8 years. I'm lifting weights in the gym. I'm eating chicken, broccoli and rice. I'm having the mass gainer shakes. I'm putting BCAAs up my butthole, and I'm putting vitamin D in my belly button and winking my bumhole in the mirror, and I'm just not getting anywhere. What's going on? And I say, well, how many calories are you hitting each day? Don't know, mate. How much grams of protein are you getting? Oh, don't know, like 80. And I'm like, well, there's clearly the problem. You have to manage those calories, especially if you're skinny fat. If you're skinny fat, we want to lose fat and keep muscle. So if the deficit's too big, we will go catabolic, eat away at proteins our body's made out of, and you will lose muscle and not necessarily lose as much fat as you might think. And if you lose muscle, your body doesn't need as many calories anymore to sustain the physique that you've got. So basically it's a race to the bottom, which is why people look like a starved child. And then they go, bloody hell, I fancy some cake, and my body's screaming for sugar, and then they binge and put it all back on. So it needs to be managed. It needs to be a slight calorie deficit so that we're losing body fat, but still eating enough to sustain the physique you've got and to potentially still gain muscle if you're still relatively new to the gym. So those calories need to be managed, and like I said, you want to work out your calories and you want to track them. Use MyFitnessPal, use books and quills, use a little notepad, I wouldn't say use the AI apps because I've tested them and they're okay, they're not too bad, but all it takes is, I'll take a picture of a sandwich and there's like some Nutella in there, and the AI doesn't know that, does it? And so it's not 300 calories, it's probably 500. So they're not always the best. But as long as you manage your calories. Now look, you can do a meal plan or meal prep. I have some clients that are crazy busy. So they do a grocery haul, they batch cook their food, and they do chuck it in those little smelly tubs, and then they fit in things around that to be flexible. So you can do meal plans. I'm not anti-meal plan, I just don't think it's the only way forward. And for some guys, it's more of a problem because they think they can only make progress if they're eating from a small, smelly tub of boring, dry meals, which most guys don't really stick to longer than a week. And that's just not the reality. You can fit in whatever you want as long as it's tracked and it's adjusted and you're still getting good quality nutrition. That's going to get you 80% of the way there. So manage those calories, learn to track, or do a meal plan around those calories. It's just got to work for you and your schedule. So whatever you find easiest, that's the option to go for. I kind of do what I like to call hybrid variation, where I basically have a loose meal plan. I have a loose structure of what I'm gonna have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And then I track it. And if I fancy something different, I'll just swap it out for something else and track it. That way there's some structure, so I don't get decision fatigue, but it's not the same boring crap over and over again. And then the last but not least, something you're not gonna like, but you're gonna have to do, is you have to remain consistent with the boring shit. All right, it is boring. I'm telling you right now, it's boring. I've had clients come to me and they're like, right, I want to lose body fat. I want to build a Greek physique. I want to do it quickly. Cool. We're going to do this. Okay, cool. They stick to it. They see some great progress. And they go, now what? I'm like, we keep going. We make some adjustments. Oh yeah, but kind of getting bored just going to the gym and eating right. I'm like, well, what do you think is going to get the physique? We're not going to start throwing sparkly dust in the air and doing backflips and saying that's how you get anabolic. The reason people are making things up in the fitness industry is because it's so boring. If every fitness influencer went out there now and said, guys, we need to manage our calories, we need to get stronger, stick to one program for absolute months on end and just increase reps, weight, strength. And if you hit a plateau, make a small adjustment, that's it. We're all bored. So people are going to go, oh, don't do bench press, it's killing your gains. Why do you say that? Because everyone does bench press and it works. So if I say don't do it, I get loads of views and I can make up a weird exercise like, actually, I'll tell you what, let's do one of these. What's going to overload better, that? Or, you get the point. I'm not going to go on a rant about form and technique and all that. So this is not the video for that. It's boring. And you have to be consistent. And the best way to be consistent is follow the steps in this video. Don't do cuts and bulks, focus on a recomposition. Learn to say no to the distractions that are going to set you back and slow you down. You have to manage your calories, and the best way to do that is track it and plan ahead, and then remain consistent. And that's the hardest part, to be honest with you. You've probably watched this video and thought, yeah, well, I already know about calories and training, bruv. How do I do it? Well, that's the hard part. You need to plan your weeks ahead of time. You need accountability. You need structure. This is why my clients hire me in the first place, so we can plan ahead and they know that I'm going to review everything each week. Photos, weigh-ins, performance, form, calories, macros, etc. Whatever needs to be reviewed, we're reviewing it. Because they know I'm going through that every single week and they communicate with me through WhatsApp throughout the week one-on-one, they remain accountable. They stay focused. Half my job is swatting out the shiny objects. Oh, what should I do? Should I do keto? No! Track your fucking calories. Not literally, but you get the point. Sometimes you just need accountability. And that doesn't even have to be me. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could just be your social media account. You need a reason for your brain to agree to do the hard shit. Because if you go, oh, well, it's just me, I'll let myself off, then you're going to constantly fall backwards and then you're going to be on YouTube looking for another secret hack. Should I really do butthole clenches or should I do kettlebell swings? Or maybe I should do calisthenics. What's new? What's the trend now? Okay, we'll do that. Fuck it, I'll take steroids. Like, this is what happens. Boring stuff, pay attention to the basics, remain accountable. Now, look, that being said, if you want my help one-to-one, you can book a call with me somewhere, wherever it is. I think it's down that way. We can have a chat and see if I can help you out one-to-one if you're really serious about fixing your physique this year, guaranteed. Make sure you comment Apple for the algorithm. And there's probably a video here that might go into more depth about skinny fat and stuff, because that's kind of what I do. So yeah, I never know how to finish my videos. So I'm gonna have my yogurt now. 25 grams of protein, not bad. Yeah.